What is up, my tubers? I'm here with another tier list. What I wanted to do here was I kind of wanted to, because I've seen like a bunch of them floating around the past couple of like past 2 months really, because we're all waiting for just like worlds to happen. I did want to give my take on like a worlds tier list, like what expected to, like what I felt like was gonna win worlds, what I feel like you're gonna see at worlds, and then like the rogue warrior category, because there's always a rogue warrior, but it's quite a very small list. I didn't add lyrical because I feel like I don't have a good enough understanding of lyrical, of how good it actually is, the new Halloween set cards, to give an informed opinion on it. So I left that specifically out, but I did hand pick a couple decks that I feel like you are going to see in the world's format, which is 50 card main deck format, as I've been informed in the comments. But let's go on and get into it. Now, right off the bat, I'm just gonna clear off the Rogue Warrior category. I feel like I know there's gonna be at least one Zorga player there. It feels like there's always at least one at these types of world finalist events, and I don't think it's necessarily a bad deck to take. To be honest, like if it's their fave and they're really good with it, I could see it potentially performing well. Now, what I do want to get this out the way as well. What I expect to be at least one person playing as well, and I wouldn't necessarily put this in the Rogue Warrior category because I still feel like Gandiva is still a very strong deck, especially in 50 card main deck format, because they're able to just like extract more engine pieces in their main deck. But yeah, I expect to see at least one. There was like usually like at all the in Texas and at the Georgia events that I went to, there was just like a bunch of Gandivas. Even like post hitting it in the Georgia event, there was still a bunch of Gandiva players at the event. And this is just one of those decks that people just don't want to let this go. And I do expect to see like a couple Gandivas, not like one, like where I expect to see like just like one Zorga. I expect to see like a couple of these, like two or like maybe three Gandivas. Now, I do want to put my boy Heroes in this Rogue Warrior category too, but I would actually put it above Zorga Mask. Believe it or not, I feel like Heroes, like after their set 13 support, just got like such a major boost in like power, consistency. I do feel like it's still like Rogue tier category, but I feel like it's just like that higher echelon of Rogue, that it's just like very close into breaking into meta, like being able to stand up and break into meta decks. And then what decks that I feel like you are going to see in the top cut, I feel like you're gonna see uh, Union Dress Leonhorn, definitely gonna see that. I do feel like you're gonna see Drejeweled Ignis in top cut as well. And what I feel like potentially, I do want to put this in Top Cut Mushi King, but honestly, if Mushi, like, because it's best of one format and Mushi King is just like so aggro in this like very like non-shield heavy format, like honestly, if Mushi King just doesn't brick and they're just able to kill your opponent while going first, or like just be able to kill the opponent on like the first push turn or kill turn, I could honestly see Mushi King like stealing the whole event. Like, no cap. This deck is just like very strong, very disgusting, in my personal opinion. Just like the fact that it's able to make like 18, 23k lines on like turn 1 and turn 2 of the game, like while your opponent like technically hasn't even started playing the game yet, is just amazing in my personal opinion. Now, what I feel like my whole favorite is, let's get onto this deck first. I want to put it into the will see play category, and you know what? Nah. I feel like Rogue Warrior category makes way more sense. Um, I don't know, man. This deck just seems like a very like sleeper deck in my personal opinion. I wouldn't be surprised if there was like one of this, but I wouldn't be surprised if there was like zero of this either. but it can turn off blitz orders, which, you know, if you're not playing Ignis, every deck right now is playing a blitz order perfect guard, so you could potentially turn off a perfect guard in their hand, if, or like just the fact that they're able to like consistently do it every turn after turn 3, you can just make it that like their blitz order PG is like basically almost always turned off, that it's essentially a dead card in hand. And I feel like that's one of the strongest aspects of the deck, besides like the fact that you're able to swing your Vanguard 3 times is just, it's just very strong in my personal opinion. It does need a little bit of a lot to go right in terms of consistency of the deck. You do need to see your persona rides, but again, it's a best of 1 format, so I do feel like this could potentially do well in like a best of 1 worlds format like that. And then I left this for last, but I do feel like even with Mushiking, I do feel like youth is just like the potential to win worlds like yet again. Even though it's drastically different than what it was doing last time, it just feels like a very strong, it's just like a very strong and consistent combo deck, I guess I would call it, just because you do like use multiple pieces to get your 3 different revolt forms into soul. But yeah, it's just like, it's so easy to do that, and you can do that on your first grade 3 ride up. And it's on at least I would feel like if Mushi King is the fastest deck in the format right now, I would consider used to be the second fastest deck in the format right now, in my personal opinion. But yeah, this is my world's meta tier list. I feel like winners that I wouldn't be surprised to see would be Youth or Mushi King. Decks that I do expect to see, at least in the top 4 of Top Cut, is Drejeweled Ignis and Union Dress Leonhorn. And then decks that I expect to be C play is is uh, is Gandiva, man. People just won't let that deck die. And then potential Rogue Warriors are just these 3 guys right here. I wouldn't be surprised that, like, Zorga 100% would not be surprised if I saw it, but these decks would not, like, these 2, if I didn't see them, wouldn't be surprised, but if I did see them, you know, it wouldn't be too huge of a shock either. But don't forget to like, comment, subscribe down below, guys. We're really close to that 1K. Let me know what you guys think about these types of tier list esque videos. If you like them, if you would want me to work on, I guess, like top 10 videos in the future. I'm just throwing these out there to see like what's y'all's reaction to them. Anyways, y'all have a great night.